Hola, and ¿cómo estás? My favorite group of people in the whole wide world. How are you doing? It has been quite a while, I know. It wasn't even like a thing of just being busy. It was just more of just being unmotivated. You know how it is? When you know you have something you either want to do or have to do, and it's just like, what would I rather do? And usually it wound up being nothing. So, but here I am, once again, and I have got a full plate. And let me show you what we got going on here. This is Mediterranean seasoned chicken, and this is something called pork vindaloo. And this is herbed seasoned rice. I kept the labels off these things. I did not make these, of course. They're microwave, but still, I've never had these. Pork vindaloo is a marinated pork in a spicy tomato curry with rice and potatoes, while did I say Moroccan style? I don't remember what I said. Excuse me. I just drank some water. Moroccan style spiced chicken breast with chickpea raisin couscous. There's raisins in it, guys. And roasted red peppers. This is going to be interesting. And to wash it down, I have some Philippine brand mango nectar. So let's dig into this first. Try each little section. What do we say? Let's eat. I'm going to try the rice by itself first. That stands alone very well. And this is, what was it with red peppers? This is the Moroccan seasoned chicken. Let's get some chicken and a little bit of what's going on there. Get it all on the fork. Those are raisins. Like rehydrated raisins. They're very plump. They're not very sweet. It makes for an interesting flavor. Not hating it. No. Some of this pork vindaloo. What did I say was in this? Rice and potatoes. The rice is very long. It reminds me of the rice that I've seen, and I always wondered, is that rice or is that noodles? Tomato curry, very good. Let's have a little bit of everything together. Yeah, I like that a lot. Just like I like my women, thick and sweet. Just kidding. So I was gonna talk about like world events and things that are going on. And there's some crazy stuff going on in the world right now. But you know what? I'm not going to. Because you probably hear it every day being broadcast on the news, on the radio. It's just enough, man. It's like an overload of just raw, jagged, hard to swallow words, and it weighs on your head just way too much. So instead, I'm going to talk about a movie I just saw. Mm. And let me say, this movie is not for everybody. It is over the top, crazy, insane horror flick. I believe it's from Thailand, and it's called The Sadness. It's billed as a zombie movie, but I feel very safe in saying it is not a zombie movie. No. I didn't see anything in there that resembled a zombie. Everybody talked, communicated. Nobody died and came back to life. None of that stuff. No, this is more of like a virus movie. You know, one of those types, pandemic type movie. A virus called, I believe, the Allen virus is infecting people, and it's mutating, and it's turning people into psychopaths, but like really, really dark, twisted psychopaths. And their brain is driven to perversion, I guess, for lack of a better word. And so not only do they have a bloodlust, they have a lust. And sometimes they deliver that lust through pain or through suffering. And I won't get too deep into the details, but some of those scenes left me kind of like, and that's hard to do. Okay, I've seen movies that were just over the top crazy, and I was just like, that was over the top crazy, but I was never like, you know. And this one kind of made me like, oh shoot. Some of the things that were in the movie I've seen in other movies, so it was kind of predictable, like I knew where it was going. But for some reason, the way they shot it, it still held some weight. Like, oh man. Basically, the movie centers around a couple that are trying to find each other. This guy is out when the mayhem starts, and his girlfriend is at work, and he's trying to find a way to get to her. And on the way, he encounters all sorts of different nightmarish attacks, and it gets pretty tense. And she's on a train, and this guy is just kind of like, he's bothering her. He's not being forward or rude. You know, he's not, but he is being a little on the creepy side. And when she tells him that she wants to be left alone, that she's trying to read her book, he doesn't take the hint, and he keeps pushing, like, so you are very beautiful, and, you know, what kind of book is that? What do you got? And finally she snaps, and she's just kind of like, hey, leave me alone. So he starts talking to himself. He's all pissed off and everything, like, you know, I'm just trying to be nice. I'm being polite. I even paid her a compliment. Look how she's acting. He's sulking, basically. But then there's an outbreak of this virus on the train, and he's one of the guys that gets infected, and now he's like way twisted. And he starts stalking her. He's like, oh, like he finds her, he sees her, and he follows her to the hospital that he winds up at. And she's helping this lady get to the hospital because he had attacked her, he had hurt her. So she takes him to the hospital, and it's just crazy mayhem over there. It's like, I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to ruin anything at all about this movie. Not the premise of it, not the ending of it, not what happens in it so much. But basically, these two people, this couple, are trying to find each other. He's trying to fight his way through a city full of crazy people, and she's trapped at a hospital where everybody else is, you know, the virus is going rampant over there. Why they call it The Sadness, I have no idea. But I gotta tell you, whoever directed it took necessary risks with the movie. Movies to me have become very stale, rather repetitive, and a little too safe. I remember there was a time when you would get a movie, and some people called it extreme horror, and you would get that movie and you'd be like blown away at how crazy and over the top it was. Some of it didn't even qualify as horror per se. It was more of just like exploitation type movies. And like I said, those movies are not for everybody. I'm going to tell you right now. But if you want to see something different, it's on Shudder. It's on the Shudder platform. Other than that, I don't know how you would get it. I don't know if Redbox is going to carry it or what. But I'll put it like this. I stopped buying movies a few years ago. I don't order movies like I used to. I don't buy them. I stick with what I have left, and that's it. And anything else I've just watched on streaming. But this movie I'm considering getting a physical copy of. That's how much I liked it. And it's not even like so I can watch it whenever I want, because I can watch it whenever I want on Shudder. I have Shudder. But if there's someone else I want to have see the movie and they don't have Shudder, I have the physical copy. That's how much I like it. They do make some references that, of course, kind of lend towards the COVID-19 or coronavirus. They say things about people politicizing a virus. They shouldn't politicize it and use it for, their own political gains, which is basically what happened with COVID-19. People made moves and made decisions for everybody else, and it wasn't to benefit everybody else. It was to push their own agenda. You can agree with me or disagree with me. That's fine. I'm not here for a debate. But from what I saw, they were definitely pushing an agenda during that time. And that's what the movie references. So without being too direct, it kind of references the COVID-19 virus and the lockdowns and things like that. But this was something, I mean, it's very dark at times and it's very brutal. But if I had to say anything about this movie in one word, I would say refreshing. For an old horror/gore buff like myself, I've seen a lot of movies try and come up short. Still entertaining, still good, it's all good. But sometimes it just feels too, what's the word? Sterile. It just seems too clean. It's like the difference between playing acoustic drums and electronic drums. That sound is too good. It's too perfect. You want that raw sound. And that's kind of how I feel about the movies. It's like you have these movies that are supposed to like shock and amaze, and they don't really shock or amaze. They just kind of make you go, oh, well, yeah, okay, that happened. But it's forgettable. This made an impression. So, highly recommend it. If you're into those kind of movies, even if you're not, roll the dice. You might find something in that you like. This really is a good combination. I really like it. That curry is a really nice touch. It's just spicy enough to make a statement. It's nowhere near like burning my tongue or anything, but I can taste it. It's kind of a dull, very dull burn, and it adds to the overall flavor scheme, and I like it a lot. It's great. Again, it's pork vindaloo and Moroccan style spiced chicken. and with what was this rice that I used? Long grain and wild, seasoned with herbs and spices. So microwave rice. It's in a little bag. Heats up in like 2 minutes. I didn't really have the patience to make anything. Maybe next time. I don't know. Yeah. Very good. Very tasty. Good food, good movies, good company. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll finish this off camera. It's a lot, but I got a lot. I'm definitely gonna have to get another drink. This is not enough. But y'all take care. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, stay blessed, stay fed, and I will be back as soon as possible. Thank you one and all. Take care. Talk to you soon.